You know, they blame Saudi Arabian so-called terrorists for blowing up the World Trade Center, and they ignored building number 7. Building number 7, that 47-story high building. The other side of building number 5 and 6, the World Trade Center complex, which didn't fall down, across the street. It collapsed all by itself.
With no plane hitting it.
With the FBI and the CIA officers in it, with all the evidence of government corruption in them. Just collapsed, just boom, like that.
It had the mayor's command center, and it was reinforced to withstand 180-mile-an-hour gale winds, withstand earthquakes, tornadoes, and the thing just came straight down.
So I'm starting a new website, William. It's called stupidrs.com. It's not up yet. Stupidrs.org. Sorry, it's a .org. It's an organization. It's not for profit entirely, so don't send us any money. It's stupidrs.org. And we want to bring into the forefront some of these issues, like separation of church and state. That's a good idea. But by God, you can't let the state educate your kids. It's insane.
Well, if they do...
That's worse than having, George Bush as your pastor. It's only 1 hour a week if the guy goes to church.
If I'm going to have George Bush as my pastor, I might as well just ask Beelzebub to come in and do it firsthand and do it the way the devil wants it done, because stumbling, bumbling George probably couldn't get even the evil words right.
What about Saddam Hussein? or Hussein Osama? Forgive me, I'm getting my words mixed up.
Bush is still president, don't you know that, right? George W. Bush is still president because...
Do we actually have a president? I'm not quite sure.
No,
even
he's
if
still
Osama
president.
Or Bush,
he just slipped on a black skin.
I thought the chairman of the Fed, Bernanke, is our president, isn't he? Chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank. He's in charge.
No, actually, the central bankers, the 18 board of directors
they're above
of the central bankers
they're above
Bernanke.
They're absolutely up.
And they're really running things. And we're down to our last 5 minutes. I wanted to touch on something here, Clyde, because people don't really know. You were giving international seminars on this banking gigabyte and the banking system. You set up the banking system that they're using now in many countries, right?
Well, actually, I put together systems architecture for Intuit's Quicken product, the automated financial services behind the Quicken product.
That's what I meant to say.
I put that architecture together when I worked as a senior technical strategist for Sun Microsystems. But I've built banking systems. And in fact, I was building a next generation banking system with Infotelesis as well.
And the Russian leader in the Duma gave you the Mir, which means peace,
well, actually, they gave
station.
us the space station. Mir is peace. And that was the spark which ended the Cold War incident.
Right. They gave it to you because you intended to break it up into sections and geoposition it, right?
We
to have a
modules,
worldwide educational service where anywhere in the world they could go on a laptop computer and bring down the brightest professors from anywhere.
Actually, the Pirata module we donated to. We were donating the Pirata module to education. That had tremendously advanced earth science monitoring gear on it. We were going to donate that to education. I'll get it Ed Project. In fact, you can go to the Infotelesis.com site. It's the same site as it was 6 years ago when I was shot at when they tried to murder me in front of my kids.
What site is called?
Infotelesis, INFOTELESYS.com.
But here's the point I want to get to. Had you succeeded in doing that, it would have brought education worldwide, globally, on an equal basis. Some kid with a $100 laptop could have downloaded from the satellite English language or any science he wanted to study and see the best professors. That's what you were attempting to do.
Our Get It Ed project was actually exactly doing that. It didn't require Mir even, but Mir was one of the components, and we could still do that. We can still bring in, we can provide kids education in the United States of America at a fraction of the cost of what the government spends on education, which is vastly superior than anything else in the world.
But they won't get brainwashed the way the government wants them to.
Indeed they won't.
Bingo. And that's why I'm wondering do you think possibly, I don't want to get into the nasties, but your wife ran off with your personal assistant, basically.
My personal assistant joined my company about 2-3 months after Space Station Mir. We were completely censored. Russian government gave us Space Station Mir. We had a letter from the chairman of the Duma. Complete support, no issues with respect to credibility.
And they gave you some launch vehicles.
Completely
they were going to give you launch vehicles.
They gave us 100 launch vehicles. They also gave us 1.74 gigahertz of international telecommunications spectrum, which is a huge amount of spectrum.
Now, is that totally lost while you fight your custody battle? My point is, you're fighting your custody battle. You're just trying to get your kids back, and you can't focus on this great thing that would do great things for the world. That's what I'm trying to say.
The government is currently trying to lock me up for the rest of my life. They currently have
Bingo.
5 felonies filed against me.
They got 5 felonies against this guy.
I'm out on $200,000 bail, ordered not to communicate with my children, and ordered not to go within 100 yards of my own home and homestead. I've been evicted from my 5,000 square foot home overlooking Monterey Bay.
Is this a crime by your government people? That's what I'm asking. Do you think there's somebody so evil in our government that they would do this? I want you to have second thoughts. Here's a guy right here in the studio with us who had a space station donated to him. I want to thank you, Clyde, for being with us on the show Take Back America.
All right.
In the On Second Thoughts series, I'm William Wagner with my guest Julie Witherspoon, an Iraqi veteran and also a veteran of fighting to just get her kids back and hasn't yet, and Cleve, who's also a veteran. Hope you paid close attention, or my YouTube channel, William Wagner. And catch us here, same time, same station next week. See you.
The crime could have only been accomplished with at least the acquaintances and foreknowledge of the only man capable of choreographing the massive cover-up which was immediately launched. It's axiomatic that since the cover-up started even before the shots were fired, the order for JFK's assassination could have only come from his successor, Lyndon B. Johnson. Oh, my goodness. Patterns. We're talking about patterns today. And this pattern that we had in the past has followed us to now. And I'm Pamela Wistrom. Thanks for being with us tonight. And come back soon. Real soon.